Hi everyone, welcome to my beginner's guide to finance and economy. Learning about finance and the economy helps us understand the importance of budgeting, saving, and investing. These skills can help us make better financial decisions in the future. Having a good understanding of the economy and finance will allow us all to better manage our own finances, make informed decisions about career choices, understand how the economy affects our lives, and help us become responsible consumers, investors, and entrepreneurs. My name is Veera Desale, and in this video, we are going to learn about what money, finance, and the economy is, how it works, and how it impacts our lives. In this presentation, I'll cover topics related to finance and the economy. First, I'll introduce what finance and the economy means. Then we will dive into the world of finance, where we'll learn about different aspects of managing money, such as income, expenses, budgeting, saving, and more. Next, we'll explore the economy, which is how we create and distribute goods and services. We'll learn about the different elements that make up the economy. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding what finance and the economy are, how they're interconnected, and how they impact our lives. So let's get started. Finance and the economy are two closely related aspects of business and economics. Finance refers to the management of money and investments, while the economy is the system that produces, distributes, and consumes goods and services. Understanding finance and the economy is crucial because it helps us make informed decisions about our finances. For example, if we understand how interest rates work, we can make better decisions about borrowing and lending money. Similarly, if we understand how the economy works, we can better understand how our career choices, spending habits, and investments can impact our financial well-being. In short, everyone should understand the basics of finance and the economy in order to make sound financial decisions in their life. This knowledge can help us achieve our financial goals, make informed decisions, and navigate economic changes. Let's begin by understanding what exactly finance is. Finance is a practice of managing money, and it's all about making smart financial decisions that help us achieve our goals. It's like having a piggy bank, but on a much larger scale. People, businesses, and governments all need to manage their money in order to achieve their goals. Whether it's buying a house, investing in a business, or funding public services, managing money effectively is essential. Financial knowledge and tools help people understand how to budget, invest, and manage their finances. Individuals and businesses can make informed decisions about how to allocate their resources, which can help them achieve their goals, minimize risks, and maximize returns. In short, finance is a crucial part of modern life that helps us make the most of our money. Finance includes things like income, budgeting, saving, investing, and analyzing financial data. Now, let's take a look at some of the key concepts in finance. The first key concept in finance is income. Let's understand what income means. Income is the money that someone earns. Money can come from a variety of sources. It can come from a job or a business where somebody provides a product or service to others. It can also come from investments such as stocks, bonds, or real estate. Other sources of income might include things like rental income, royalties, or government benefits. By understanding the different ways that money can be earned, individuals and organizations can make informed decisions about how to generate income and manage their finances effectively. The concept that is the opposite of income is called expense. Expenses are things that somebody spends money on. They are the costs that individuals or organizations have to pay in order to live, work, or operate a business. These can include things like rent, groceries, paying at a restaurant, paying for a car, movie tickets, and more. Expenses are an important part of managing finances because it impacts how much money is available for other things like saving or investments. By understanding what expenses are and how to manage them effectively, individuals and organizations can make informed decisions about their financial future. Understanding budgeting and savings is important because it helps individuals and organizations manage their finances effectively. By creating a budget, individuals and organizations can plan their expenses and track their income to make sure they're living within their means. By saving money, they can build up a reserve for unexpected expenses or for future goals. In short, understanding budgeting and savings is crucial for achieving financial stability and success. So what exactly is budgeting and savings? A budget is a plan for how you spend money. It's important to make a budget so that you don't have to spend more money than you have. Savings is money that you set aside for future expenses or emergencies. It's a good idea to have money that you can use as a cushion in case something unexpected happens. Now, this next concept is a bit more complex, but is very important. It is financial markets. Financial markets are a place where people and organizations can buy and sell different things that are worth money, like stocks, bonds, and currencies. It's kind of like a big store where people go to trade these things. When someone buys a stock, they're buying a tiny piece of a company, and when they buy a bond, they're lending money to a company or government. The prices of these things can go up or down based on how well the company or government is doing, or how much people want to buy or sell them. Understanding financial markets is important because it can help us make smart decisions about our money. But it's also important to remember that investing involves risks, and it's important to be careful and do our research before making any investment decisions. The next key concept in finance is capital. Capital is a fancy word for the money or assets that businesses use to help them run their operations. They might use this money to buy things they need, like equipment or supplies, or to hire employees to help them do their work. For example, if a company wants to make more products, they might need to buy more machines to help them do it. They could use capital to buy those machines. Or if they want to hire more people to help them with their work, they could use capital to pay their salaries. Understanding capital is important because it can help us understand how businesses work and make decisions about where we want to invest our own money. Another key concept is risk management. Risk management is all about trying to avoid or minimize potential losses that could happen when we invest our money or make other financial decisions. When we invest our money, there's always a chance that we could lose some or all of it, and risk management is about trying to minimize that risk. One way to manage risks is by diversifying our investments. This means spreading our money out over many different types of investments instead of putting it all in one place. By doing this, if one investment doesn't do well, we still have other investments that might do better and help balance out our losses. Another way to manage risks is by doing research before we make an investment decision. We can learn about the company we're considering investing in and look at factors like its financial performance, its competition, and the overall state of the economy. This can help us make more informed decisions and minimize our risks. Understanding risk management is important because it can help us make smarter financial decisions and avoid unnecessary losses. By being aware of the risks involved in different types of investments, we can make better choices and hopefully achieve our financial goals more effectively. The final concept is interest rates. Interest rates are interesting and a very old concept. Compound interest has been dated back to roughly 2400 BC, meaning that humans have been using interest rates for a very long time. Interest rates are like the cost of borrowing money. When you borrow money, like from a bank or a credit card company, you usually have to pay back more than what you borrowed. That extra amount is called interest. Interest rates are the percentage of the borrowed amount that you have to pay back as interest. For example, if you borrowed $100 from a bank at a 5% interest rate, you'd have to pay back the $100 you borrowed plus an additional $5 in interest. Interest rates can also apply to savings accounts. When you put your money into a savings account, the bank pays you interest for letting them use your money. Understanding interest rates is important because it helps us make smart decisions about borrowing and saving money. If interest rates are high, it may be more expensive to borrow money, but it could also mean that we can earn more money in interest if we save our money in a bank account. Now that we have a basic understanding of finance, let's take a closer look at the economy. It is like a big system that includes everything related to how people, businesses, and governments use their money and resources to make and trade goods and services. It includes things like jobs, services, businesses, money, supply and demand, economic growth, inflation, and government policies that affect economic activity. Understanding the economy is important because it affects everyone's lives, from the jobs we have to the prices we pay for things we need and want. So let's explore what makes the economy work. The most important concept of the economy to understand is money. Money is a way to pay for and exchange goods and services. It's like a ticket that you can use to buy things you need or want. Money is a medium of exchange that allows us to trade one thing for another. In the past, people used all sorts of things as money, such as shells, beads, and even salt. But today, we use coins and paper bills, as well as digital forms of payment like credit cards and online payment services. Money has different values depending on what country you're in. For example, in the United States, the currency is dollars, while in Europe, they use euros. The value of money can also change over time due to inflation, which means that as prices go up, the value of money goes down. That's why it's important to know how to manage our money wisely, so we can make the most of what we have. Money is an important part of our lives, and understanding how it works can help us make better financial decisions. But where does money come from? How does a person make money? There are many ways to earn money, but one of the most common ways is jobs. Jobs are a way for people to earn money, and they help produce goods and services that other people need. A job is a way to earn money by doing work for someone else. There are many different kinds of jobs, and they can involve all sorts of tasks, like cooking food, repairing cars, teaching children, or designing computer programs. For example, someone working at a restaurant provides food and services to customers. In return, the restaurant pays their employees salaries. People work jobs for different reasons. Some people work to earn money, so they can support themselves or their families, while others work because they enjoy what they do and they find it fulfilling. Some people work part-time while others work full-time, and some people have multiple jobs in order to make ends meet. In addition to earning money, jobs can also teach us valuable skills, help us make new friends, and give us a sense of purpose and accomplishment. As we grow older and start thinking about what we want to do, understanding the different types of jobs that exist can help us make informed choices about our future careers. Overall, jobs are an important part of our economy, and they provide us with many benefits beyond just earning a paycheck. The next key concept of the economy is goods and services. Goods are the physical things that people make or grow. Some good examples are the food that we eat, which is produced by a farmer, or the clothing that we wear, which is produced by a clothing manufacturer. While goods are physical things, services are things that people do for others. Some good examples include fixing cars, which is a service provided by automobile mechanics, and giving haircuts, which is a service provided by a hairstylist or a barber. Supply and demand is a concept that helps us understand how prices of things are determined in a market. The basic idea is that when lots of people want something, but there isn't a lot of it available, the price tends to go up. On the other hand, when there's plenty of something but not many people want it, the price tends to go down. For example, let's say there's a new video game out that everyone wants to play, but there are only a limited number of copies available. As a result, the price of the game might be higher than usual because so many people want it, and there isn't enough to go around. However, if there's a game that not many people are interested in, and there are plenty of copies available, the price might be lower because there's not much demand for it. Supply and demand is a basic principle of economics, and it helps explain why certain products and services cost more than others. By understanding supply and demand, we can better understand how markets work and why some goods and services are more expensive than others. Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that looks at the big picture of how our economy works. It focuses on things like national income, inflation, and unemployment, and how they're affected by factors such as government policies, international trade, and technological progress. For example, macroeconomics can help us understand why some countries are richer than others, why some people have trouble finding jobs, and why prices sometimes go up or down. It's like taking a step back and looking at the whole economy, instead of just focusing on individual people or businesses. Macroeconomics is important because it helps us understand how our economy is doing as a whole, and it can give us clues on how we can make it better. By studying macroeconomics, we can learn about the different factors that affect our economy and make informed decisions about policies and actions that can help improve it. Microeconomics is a branch of economics that focuses on individual people, businesses, and markets. It is a study of how individuals and businesses make decisions on how to use their money and resources to produce goods and services. It looks at how people make decisions about what to buy and sell, and how businesses decide what prices to charge and how much to produce. For example, microeconomics can help us understand why a store might offer a sale on a certain product, how a company decides what to pay its employees, and why some goods are more expensive than others. It's like looking at the smaller details that make up the larger economy. Microeconomics is important because it helps us understand how people and businesses make decisions and how those decisions affect the economy as a whole. By studying microeconomics, we can learn about the different factors that influence supply and demand, competition, and pricing in markets. This knowledge can help us make better decisions as consumers and business owners, and can also inform us about government policies that affect the economy. Fiscal policy is a way that governments use money to influence the economy. This can include things like how much money the government spends on things like schools, roads, and healthcare, as well as how much money it collects in taxes from people and businesses. Fiscal policy can be used to try and improve the economy. For example, if the economy is not doing well, the government might decide to spend more money on things like infrastructure projects or job training programs. This can help create jobs and boost economic activity. On the other hand, if the economy is growing too quickly and inflation is becoming a problem, the government might choose to decrease spending or increase taxes to slow things down. Fiscal policy is an important tool for governments to use, but it can be complicated. It's important for policymakers to make smart decisions about how to use fiscal policy in order to keep the economy healthy and growing. Monetary policy is another way that governments try to influence the economy. Instead of using spending and taxes like fiscal policy, monetary policy involves changing the amount of money in circulation in the economy. This is done by a central bank, like the Federal Reserve in the United States. One way that central banks can change the amount of money in the economy is by adjusting interest rates. When interest rates are low, it becomes easier for people and businesses to borrow money, which can stimulate economic activity. On the other hand, when interest rates are high, it becomes more expensive to borrow money, which can slow down the economy. Another way that central banks can influence the economy is by buying and selling government securities, which are essentially loans that the government takes out from investors. When the central bank buys government securities, it injects more money into the economy, and when it sells government securities, it takes money out of the economy. Monetary policy can be used to try and stabilize the economy and keep inflation under control. However, it can also have unintended consequences. It's a complex topic that requires careful management by policymakers. Overall, finance and the economy are about how people and organizations use money and resources to make and trade goods and services. Finance and the economy are big topics that can seem complicated, but they're important because they affect our lives in many ways. By learning about things like how businesses invest their money, how people decide to save or spend their money, and how governments make decisions about things like jobs and taxes, we can make better choices with our own money and understand how the world works. It's like learning a new language. Once you know the basics, you can start to understand more and more about the worlds of finance and the economy. Thank you for joining me today in exploring the worlds of finance and the economy. I hope you feel more knowledgeable about these important topics now.